All right, it is September 25th, 2016. It is 1:41 in the AM. Which really isn't that bad. Technically, bars are still open, so it's really not that bad. You want to take a guess what I'm doing today? I am on the way to get the car. Long dramatic pause for no reason.
Angle of trajectory alpha 24 degrees. Speed 73,000 miles per second. Distance 180,000 miles. Our computer is picking up a strange signal.
Those damn signals are damaging Earth's radio systems. Leaving to the Vega sector.
I'm currently walking through the main thoroughfare of CF. And like I said, it's what time did I say? 1:42 now, 1:42 a.m. Let's take a look and see how many people there are at CF currently. More than likely playing Pokemon Go. I am moving the camera around because I'm grabbing a flashlight out of my pocket, just so I can kind of shine around and take a look, because last thing I need is somebody jumping out of the fucking nowhere and mugging my ass in the middle of a college. That would make for a weird video, wouldn't it? So yeah, another reason why I vlog when I'm walking by myself, because people tend to think that I'm talking to somebody on the phone. And I guess you random people watching me record myself, I guess they assume that I'm doing a video chat and I'm holding the phone at a distance, I guess, without actually looking at the camera, which is the fun part. I don't know. But I can do this. Whoa, that blinded me for a second, and I came up on where the statue is underneath the clock tower. Thought there was a person there for a second. Whoa, there's the clock tower. Save the clock tower! Save the clock tower! If anybody gets that reference, shoot me a message in the past, because that'll be interesting. Anyway, so my day today, or yesterday, however you want to put it, time travel is weird, because you're seeing this in the future while I am in the present talking about my past. Wrap that around your head. So today I had work at 7 a.m. like I always do. I was basically, like, my job of running all over the goddamn store like a chicken with my head cut off was fun as always. But whatever, you know, it's a paying job. It wasn't a bad day, it was just a busy day. Really fucking busy day. I'm sure a lot of you have days like that, where you've got 40,000 things going on, and you end up only getting like half of them done, and then you kind of feel like shit afterwards, because you're like, oh god, I had so many plans, I had so many things I had to get done. And then when you get to that point when you start feeling bad about not getting so many things done, step back for a second. Just stop back for a second and realize what you did get done, because chances are you did a lot, and you deserved that second to breathe and calm down and relax. And there's a car creepily driving up over here. I'm assuming they're playing Pokemon Go, because people like that tend to do when they are over here. Anyway, I'll be back in just a second. Alright, so it is now 6:41 in the AM. I was on my way to get the car, which I clearly did. But I cannot believe what just happened to me. And I honestly cannot believe that I am able to record this. So I was on the way to get the car a few hours ago, and I cut the recording a little bit early. I was just going to do a quick cut to me getting into the car, and then just finish what I was talking about, and I decided to just go ahead and cut it because I don't want you guys to know, where the car is parked or anything like that. But I got up to the car, and as I was getting the keys off of my side to unlock the door, and there's a car behind me. I hope it's not them. Oh fuck! Don't be them. Don't be them. So I was getting the keys off of my side to unlock my door, and these guys came out of nowhere. They fucking two guys must have been hiding behind a car. I didn't see them. I mean when I'm walking over to the car, it's in a parking lot. I usually don't pay it any mind because there's other people parked their cars there too. I mean, there's usually a dozen or so, 2 dozen cars. It's an apartment complex, and everybody's asleep at 1 a.m. and you're gonna find the parking lot's pretty full because everybody's there and everybody's asleep. So, from time to time, other people got work at weird hours. There's, sometimes there's people in the parking lot. Sometimes there's people coming, going to and from their apartment, getting groceries, whatever. Because I'm not the only night owl in town. So when I hear sounds in the parking lot, I usually don't. I try not to pay it. Okay, they're not behind me anymore. I usually try not to pay it any mind. Somebody else there. So I don't know. Maybe I heard them and I didn't think about it. There's somebody. They came out of nowhere. There's 2 guys, and they kind of grabbed me from behind. They grab one over my mouth, and the other one kind of grabs my hands real quick and bring me down to the ground real quick. And I mean like real quick. If somebody was watching me, they probably would have missed it. And I hit my head pretty hard on the ground. But they brought me down pretty quick in a way that, like, I hit the ground, but I didn't really hurt myself, or they didn't really, you could tell there was some kind of a care there. They didn't really want to hurt me. At least it didn't seem like it. But so they brought me down to the ground, and I'm fucking trying to fight it. But mind you, these 2 guys, big guys, and I don't mean like fat big. I mean like muscular big. Like, these guys work out. These guys, I don't like paramilitary guys, I guess. Fucking big guys. And from where I was at the time, I couldn't really tell, like what they were wearing or anything. It was just like real quick, and I'm on the ground. And so I'm struggling. I'm trying to get the fuck free, but big heavy dudes on top of skinny ass fuck me. I can't do anything. So they one of the guys leans in close. The guy that has me, his hand around my mouth, leans in real close, and he says, "We're not going to hurt you, Tim. Everything's going to be okay. I know, your first instinct is to fight, and I'm not going to blame you for that. Everything is okay. Just calm down and relax. I need you to stay on the ground. Stay on the ground. Stay quiet." And of course, somebody tells you to stay on the ground and stay quiet. You stay on the ground and you stay quiet because you don't really know what's going on. From across the parking lot, mind you, the sky is clear right now. I don't know if you realize this, but it's not raining. From across the parking lot, I see two bright flashes, like lightning almost, just really bright flashes, and they tell me, stay down, don't move, don't even breathe, just fucking stay down. And so of course I stay down, but I'm seeing just the real quick two bright flashes, and so I stayed down. I made sure I was not followed, by the way. That's why I had the phone down. Nobody was behind me. But I saw the two bright flashes, and this guy knew me by name. He knew my name is Tim. But so I saw a few other bright flashes, and I heard the sound of like a trash bag hit the ground. And it wasn't like, I didn't hear like metal in the or glass or anything in the bag. It sounded like a carpet or something, and it just thud on the ground. It sounded like it was thrown down from the upstairs balcony of one of the apartments, further down the apartment, probably I don't know, it was 5-6 car lengths away. It was in one of the other buildings. It wasn't the one that I was directly in front of. And the gentleman, really, the guy that brought me to the ground had squatted up. He was up on his tiptoes, but he was still like propped up on his feet. He was kind of holding himself up, braced against one of the cars. And the other guy, he had been holding my hand down the entire time. He lessened his grip when the other guy let go, but he still had his hands on me, because they made mention to me that they knew that I had knives, and that, but they said, it's not safe. I need to stay down. So, of course, I stayed down. I stayed quiet. I waited, and I saw a few flashes. I heard the thud. I didn't know what that was. Then I hear very, very, very light footsteps, like somebody is tiptoeing, but they're running. And that was, like somebody was running right next to us. But they were on the other side of the car. They were running, and I didn't see any figures because, my head is still on the pavement. So I'm trying to look around, but I see underneath the car on the other side people running, but you can only just barely hear them. And the guy that was holding down my hands lets go, and he goes to an earpiece, and he says, "Code green, the target is clear." And I give him this look. Like, what? What the fuck? What the fuck? And my bag, I hadn't even thought about it. My bag had hit the ground, opened up, and it hit the ground like this, because I hit the ground, and then it flopped over like this, and I had a bottle of Axe in my bag that started to roll out of my bag and down the pavement. And the guy that was around my head hears this can rolling, and he instant like looks up real quick to kind of look around to figure out where it is. And when he sees it, he says, "Smoke." And I saw it because it was in my bag, and I said, "No." And he looks at me, and then we look at it again, and he realizes that that's not what it was. He didn't say it very loudly. He said it loud enough for the three of us to hear. He's like, "Smoke," and they were about, like, you could tell they were both about to get up. But when I said no, he realized that that's not what that was. It was very quick, very sudden. The guy that was talking to me very briefly, after a few minutes of sitting there in silence, waiting for the next flash or the next sound or the next footstep, he turns to me for a second, and he says, "This might hurt a bit." And I see him reach behind him, like to his belt, behind, like on his back. He reaches behind him, and he says, "This might hurt, and I'm sorry." And he reaches up and he jabs me in the neck. I don't know if it was a needle. I don't know if it was a gun. I don't know what it was, because the very second that it touched me, I was out. Everything from there gets just a little bit blurry. So I wake up in this room, and I see, well, it was more like a hallway, honestly. It was more like a hallway. I could tell that they had linoleum or tile floor. It was a hallway. It had about a dozen or so doors on each side, and it seemed to stretch about, I don't know. It seemed like the hallway just went on forever in both directions. There were occasional double doors blocking off sections of the hallway. The lights, the standard like ceiling lights, I guess. It wasn't like a dome light. It was like a panel light. And then there was a way down. Oh God, who's this? There's somebody walking in the fucking parking lot next to me. I'm at home. It's 6-something in the morning. I know that nobody fucking walks in this parking lot. Okay, I'm gonna pretend like it's nothing. I'm gonna assume it's one of my neighbors. So, in the hallway, a little ways down, like only in one direction. A little ways down, there's this like bullhorn speaker thing up in the wall, and it's narrow towards the wall and wide out facing the hallway in two directions, and you can hear somebody talking, but I don't know if it was whatever I was shot up with, or if maybe it was garbled. I don't know what it was saying, but it was it was clearly somebody for something needed quickly, urgent, blah blah blah. It didn't sound like a professional recording, or it didn't sound like a professional message. It sounded very distant, very garbled, very strange. Now I'm laying on a gurney in the middle of this hallway, pushed up against a wall, and I'm not tied down, and I'm still wearing all my clothes and everything. In fact, this was only an hour ago. I still had everything. In fact, my bag was at the foot of the gurney, and my feet were propped up on it. I had everything that I came with. In fact, my knife is still on my side. Everything that I came with. And I didn't see anybody. I'm just suddenly here. And this is where I am. These low, dim, yellow lights emanating from the ceiling, and this distant voice talking about garbled, I can't understand the speech. I can't even fully articulate the thought that it's English. It almost sounds like something else, but I can pick up English words every now and then. Urgent, needed, help, and then garble, 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 and I don't understand what it is. And again, my mind, I can see everything clearly. Like the walls are just plain with a wooden border as if it were a guardrail going all the way down the wall. And every so many feet there are doors. The doors have these big placards on them with numbers. 3-digit numbers. There's 875, 264, 193, and they're all different. There's no pattern. It's just random. I don't understand. So I sit up on the gurney and I'm looking both directions and I don't see anyone. I can the hallway just goes down and goes down and goes down, and eventually there's an end and I can just barely see the end on both sides, as if I'm in the middle of an abyss and the ending is just outside of my vision. I can see, but I can't. And so I decide to stand up. Now my balance wasn't the best, which is strange because I can see everything perfectly fine, but my balance, my coordination, sluggish, slow. I can barely keep up. In fact, I'm surprised I'm able to drive right now. So I stand up and I slowly gain my footing. One foot in front of the other, one foot in front of the other. I grab my bag and I throw it over my shoulder, double checking my knives that are there, and I pull one of them out and I put it on my side, one of my longer ones, one of my better ones, because the one I normally have on my side is usually just used for random everyday. This one in my bag is my oh shit knife in case something happens, and oh shit, something has happened. I need it. I need it right now. I need that thing right the fuck now. In case anything else happens, I'm going to have it in my hand right now. So I have it in my hand and I'm slowly walking down the hallway, but every now and then I lose. My feet are numb. My legs are numb. My hands, I can just grip them, but I know if somebody were to just reach and hit me, I would just fall to the ground. It's so off. I don't know what it is. So I'm holding the knife in one hand, and I'm using the other hand to hold the guardrail as I'm limping down this hallway, trying to go towards the voice that I hear. Maybe if I hear the voice clearer, I'll understand. And all of this is complete bullshit. All of it. None of this actually happened. I'm making all of it up off the top of my head. And I hope you enjoyed. All of it is complete bullshit. Entirely honest with you. None of it ever fucking happened. I entirely 100% just made it up off the top of my head right now. I could have kept going with it, but I just realized that I've been recording for over 20 minutes, and I got shit I gotta do, because, yeah, it is seriously 6 in the morning. I gotta go to sleep, because my night sucked, and actually making up a story like this made my night a little bit better. So thank you for listening to my shit. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna go inside and pass the fuck out, because I got shit to do tomorrow. And, yeah. Hope you guys had fun. Bye.